Hey guys, how are you doing? My name is Catherine Shelton, and today I wanted to share a few new ideas for publishing on Amazon using KDP, Kindle Direct Publishing. And the idea I want to share today is how to make album books. So what is an album book? Well, here's one example. This is a sticker album that I just put together for Christmas. It kind of has Christmas themed images. And it's a little bit higgledy-piggledy because it's a demonstration book and I wanted to show several different styles. But you have a lot of different ways you can take this idea and use it. So right now, stickers are absolutely huge. I don't think stickers ever went out of style. Like, I remember when I was a kid, we used like the scratch and sniff stickers and we all collected those. But kids today are still collecting loads and loads of stickers. Not only that, adults are using stickers in planners. You can create stickers for things like classrooms. Teachers use stickers for rewards. You could even have like dog training stickers. You could have a book and each time your dog learns a trick, you put a sticker in to mark what they did. So there's lots and lots of ways of using sticker albums. Not only that, you can use them for putting other collections in. Think of all the things people might like to stick in a book. You can use them for photo albums. And the cool thing is, like, most photo albums are big, heavy, clunky. These are nice, thin paperback books that people could put their photographs in and send to family overseas, send to family in the military overseas. Like, lots and lots of opportunities there. You can also use them to put collections in. Think of the things people might like to stick in a scrapbook. So you could have things like concert tickets, for example. What about stamps? Like, people still have I think some people still have stamp collections. You could put stamps into a book like this. So think a little bit away from traditional albums. Like, I know if you go looking for stamp albums and photo albums in the shops, you'll find big, clunky, heavy sort of hardback albums. These are paperback books, but that means they have some advantages that the big, clunky books don't. So this is what I'm going to talk about today, is how to create a simple book like this, colourful book. With this one, I use lots of different styles. Just because really, it's not really a book I want to sell. It's more a book to demonstrate the different ways you can do this. So for example, this is like a couple of pages of my sticker album. And you can see I put some stickers in there already. I have a whole bunch of these little stickies, so we can put... Oh, there we go. We can put a sticker in there. There we go. There's a star with googly eyes, because everything's better with googly eyes. And the cool thing with stickers, especially, is that there's a lot of ways of getting stickers that you can actually sell with these books. So if you sell on Etsy, if you sell on Amazon Marketplace and you do bundles there, or even if you have access to maybe a local boutique or an antiques booth or a fair or an expo, you can actually create your own packaged product with stickers. There's a couple of ways to get stickers custom made. One is a website I really like called stickermule.com, M-U-L-E. That's stickermule.com. They make custom stickers and they're very, very affordable. Redbubble has custom stickers, but they're probably a bit too expensive for this kind of use. Another thing you can do, if I lean, that way, I have a Cricut machine behind me, and you can actually use those to make your own stickers. So if you have like a die cutting machine, you can actually create your own stickers. So there's a lot of options. If this is something that appeals to you, that sounds fun, you can take this to different directions. The key thing is, use your imagination, use your creativity, and think about niches. Okay, so let's start talking about how to research some ideas. So I like to use the Tangent Research Suite that Isaac and I put together. It is a separate product from the Tangent templates. So you do need to get this separately from the templates. But it's really, really helpful just for suggesting keywords that are popular across a range of different marketplaces. So browsing through this already gives me a bunch of ideas. Like, I see stickers school, stickers alphabet, and I start thinking, okay, maybe I can make a homeschool book. I can make an educational book for kids, an activity book. I also see, which one did I see? Oh, stickers in Spanish. That's a great niche right there. Maybe a Spanish themed sticker album where kids can put maybe letters in and spell out words. Another one I love there is Stickers USA. Kids especially could do maybe a USA history sticker book, maybe themed with like past presidents or something like that. Lots of pictures, images in the public domain as well if you get into USA history. You could also do maybe a 4th of July sticker album. For my example book, I did Christmas stickers just because we're heading into Q4 now and Christmas is coming along. But there's so many different ways you can do these stickers. You can create a sticker book. Now, if you don't have access to Tangent Research Suite, another thing you can do is go to Ubersuggest. I really like this site. It gives a lot of keyword ideas too, and it's free. I don't have any affiliation, but I just think it's a cool website. So there's also ubersuggest.io. So that's another place you can go and look just if you're trying to find some inspiration for ideas. So let's jump in and get started with designing our book, and I'll show you how I did that. So we're going to be publishing our book using KDP. KDP is Amazon's Kindle Direct Publishing service. Now, many of you are familiar with CreateSpace, and Amazon's CreateSpace service actually merged into KDP. So everything I do from now on is going to be about Kindle Direct Publishing. And the great thing with KDP is it allows you to publish paperback books very quickly, very easily. You just upload a cover and an interior to KDP, and they put it together into a book for you. It's listed on Amazon, and when people buy it, you get paid a royalty. So it's free to use. It doesn't cost you anything to make your design, put it up there. You just get paid when people buy it. Awesome. So it is a really, really good tool. I love KDP. We have a great group for it. Lots of people who are selling dozens, even hundreds, maybe thousands of books a month. Like, there are a lot of people doing very, very well with KDP. So that's how we're going to publish this book. And to design it, I'm going to use Canva. Now, Canva is a very simple, easy design tool to use. You don't need any art skills. You don't need to be able to draw, sketch, design. Maybe you need to design a little bit, but it's really just a collaging tool. So it makes it very easy to put together ideas. And it's perfect for like a simple project like this. So I did pages like this. You can see you'd put your stickers in here, or maybe your photographs, your band tickets, whatever it is. You can put those ideas in here. And all of this was really done with Canva. Now, I also used some images from Design Bundles. So Design Bundles is actually a paid site where you can go and buy packs of themed pictures, images. And I really like it because they're pretty clear-cut about the licensing. With many of the images, they specify what kind of licensing they have, and they're very clear when print on demand is acceptable. So it's a great resource. I think I spent about $12 to $14 on images, but I've been using them in a bunch of projects, sort of Christmas themed images. So lots of opportunity there. For example, the gingerbread men in this image from Design Bundles. So that's a key thing to be aware of. Any images you're using in your books, you must make sure you have the right to use them. That means either they're in the public domain, they're royalty free, or you have purchased the license to use them commercially and especially for print on demand. With some sites, commercial use still doesn't allow print on demand. So always, 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 whatever website you're using, always read the licensing information very, very carefully. So when you're creating a book, as I say, there are two main elements to your book. There's the cover, and obviously this is the cover of the book. And with this one, I just did one page cover. So I did the front page and I only designed the front page. The back, I left plain. So that's perfectly okay in KDP. You have options. The Cover Creator tool will let you do all kinds of wraparound images, or you can create your whole PDF. It's called a wraparound print ready PDF, and you can create a whole image that will go around the book. Now, something to be aware of, the title of your book must be on the cover or the spine of your book. Now, with these books, they're usually pretty thin, and I'll talk about that in a moment. They're usually pretty thin and low page count, so there won't be enough spine to put the text on. So the title of your book must be on the front cover of it. So for this one, I kept the title super simple and just put Christmas stickers, so it doesn't feel too weird on the front cover of the book. I'm sure you can do better design than me. This is, as I say, it's kind of a demo book. But the title of your book must be on the front cover. Whatever else you do is fine. You can put whatever you want in the subtitle, but the title must be on the front cover. So 2 elements of the book, the cover and the interior. So you can see with the interior, I've used full color. Now the thing with KDP is that it doesn't matter if you just have 1 page of color or you have full color all the way through your book. They will price it the same. Once you select color, your pricing structure, it's across the board. It doesn't matter how much color is in the book, which is awesome because it means you can do these full color spreads like this, which look great. Like KDP's printing is awesome. So that's kind of a good thing with color. Now, a lot of people worry about price with color, and actually it's not too bad. If we look at this, at $8.99 for this book, I would make $1.74 royalty each time it sells. If I go up a bit, I can move that up to maybe $9.99. We can see how that changes. It goes up to about $2. Now, the key thing when you're operating with color, you're making color pages, keep your page count low. Your page count should probably be around 40 pages. If it goes over 50 pages, you're going to start paying quite a lot to have it printed, because what happens is after 40 pages, KDP start charging you 7 cents per page, which adds up fast. 100 pages is $7. So as long as you keep your page count to around 40 to 50 pages, you should be fine. It should be affordable to print this. The other thing I want to say is that you don't have to price super low. I know there's a lot of people feel like you have to be competitive with your pricing. My thought on this is that you're going to be creating a unique book. You're going to find your own niches, you're going to have your own ideas with this, so hopefully there isn't too much to compare you to. So sometimes pricing a little bit higher can give the impression of quality. People can actually value your book a little bit more if you price high. A lot of my books are actually in the $10 to $14 range, so I'm not a price low person. But your mileage may vary, experiment with price and see what works for you and what works for your books. So we're going to jump in and start designing this book. So for this video, I'm going to use Canva. There are lots of other design tools out there. I just think Canva is really, really fun when you're doing a very graphical, intensive book like this. So as I say, there are 2 elements to your book. There's a cover and an interior. So the cover for this book, I just did a front cover. The back is plain. I used the cover creator in KDP to put it all together. So I just did a front cover. Now, of course, you can also do a wraparound PDF. They're called a print ready PDF. That's an option. You can also stretch out the cover or wrap it around in the KDP cover creator. But I kept it really simple for this one and just did a front cover and a plain back. The second element of your design is the interior. So here's my interior. This is just a PDF. For this one, I did 24 pages, so we can go with that. So where we're going to start with this, if you are using tangent templates, we have made it really, really easy for you to get started with your projects. We created this tool called KDP Helper, which does all the math for you. It figures out the size you need for both your cover and your interior, no matter what design tool you're using. So we're going to start off by selecting our trim size. For this one, we did US letter size, which is 8.5 by 11. There's also some really neat options like Scrapbooks, 8.25 by 8.25. There's even a neat landscape one in here, the 8.25 by 6. So you do have your options for different styles of book. A lot of people always say, well, which is the most popular? What's the most popular? Don't worry about that. It's not going to really make a difference to your sales. Just pick something that suits your project and what you want to do. If you're really not sure about all these sizes, take a ruler to Barnes & Noble and just go and measure books and find one that you really like the look and feel of and measure it up and find what the closest is. So that's kind of what I do actually. If I'm not sure what size book to do, sometimes I'll get a ruler and just go and measure a perfect book I found on my bookshelf and say, okay, that's the size I want to do. So we're going to go with 8.5 by 11. I'm going to leave this at 24 pages. And you want to make sure your paper type is colour. Now, with this book, with books like this, you want to make sure you include the bleed. And the reason for that is that if you look at these pages, you'll see the images go all the way to the edges. So with this, you're going to make sure you do include a bleed. And the reason for that is if you look at these pages, you'll see that the design goes all the way to the edge. There's no white space around there. So when you have a design that goes all the way to the edge of the page, you need a bleed. Otherwise, Amazon aren't going to know how to crop it properly. You might end up with white spaces and it will probably be rejected. So always select bleed if your design goes to the edge. So we're going to hit continue, and the KDP helper tool in templates gives you the dimensions for both the cover and the interior of your book, no matter what design tool you're using. So we give you the dimensions for Canva, for using a PowerPoint, for using Keynote. So we're going to start with the interior, and right here you can see it gives you the dimensions for Canva. And this is where there's something a little bit complicated I need to tell you about when you're using Canva to create your book. We recommend when you're making the cover that you use pixel dimensions. And I'm going to explain that when we get to the cover. But for the interior, we recommend using inches. And the reason for that is that you're getting different formats of files for the cover and the interior. The cover will be a JPEG. The interior will be a PDF. And the way they render is a little bit different. And without going into all the technical stuff that Isaac does so well, all I'll say is that if you use inches for a PDF, it will look awesome. If you use pixels for your JPEG cover, that will look awesome. So we're going to start with the interior, and we're going to use the dimensions that the Tangent Templates has given us. If you don't have access to Tangent Templates, it's actually very easy to figure out the interior. All you have to do for the bleed is add in 0.125 to the width and add 0.25 to the height. So if you don't have access to Tangent Templates, you should have it. It's awesome. If you don't have access to Tangent Templates, then you're going to want to do the maths for yourself. But that's all it is. Add the 0.125 for the width, add 0.25 for height. So we're going to go into Canva and we're going to switch the measurements we're working into inches, and we're going to type those numbers in here. So we're doing 8.625 and 11.25. And remember, we're making an 8.5 by 11 book. So that's 8.5 by 11, but we've added on that little bit extra to allow for the bleed, which we talked about before. So this is going to be our PDF interior, ready to start designing the interior of our book. Okay, so now we are at the fun bit. We are in Canva. We're about to start working on our book. So this is page 1. We add more pages by just clicking this little page button here, and you can see that gives us page 2. And I believe you can create up to 24 pages at a time. If your book has more pages than that, then you're going to want to use a tool like I Love PDF, Small PDF, Acrobat, and I think there's Merge PDF as well. You can use any of those tools to just stick your PDFs together. So you can create part 1, part 2, and then just stick them together. If your book is just 24 pages, then that's absolutely fine. You can just save your book, export it as a PDF, and it will be ready to upload to KDP. So let's get going with this. Now, with my book, I kind of mixed the styles up a lot. And that was really because I made this book to show you how I was doing it and the different sort of styles you can use. So, for example, with this one, I made like little frames. And this would be really fun if you were doing sort of photo albums or photo stickers. maybe like family. You could do like a family tree sticker book. That would be fun. This one, I used little circles. I think they're actually Canva elements. And I thought that would be really nice to put your stickers in. Another thing you can do is use photographs. So these are actual photographs. I believe they're public domain images. I think they were from Pixabay actually. So there's a lot of sites like Pixabay, Pexels, Unsplash is a good one, where you can get public domain photographs. Word of warning, be a little bit careful because sometimes people upload images that they don't have the rights to. So I always do a reverse Google search to check that out and see if I can get any clues where the images have come from. But generally, those sites are public domain images. Talking of licensing, this is something that's really, really important. With all your images, make sure they're either in the public domain or that you have the rights to use them. For a lot of the pictures that I used in this book, I used a website called Design Bundles, which is right here. And I like Design Bundles because they're very clear about their licensing. They let you know what the licensing is on each bundle of images and designs, and they're very clear about what you can use for print on demand. So I really like this site. I spent about $12, $14 here the other day, and I've been using them in a bunch of designs. So I'm kind of a fan of this site. There's a lot of similar sites out there where you can buy images. Just be very careful that you're licensed to use them with print on demand sites. So a lot of them say commercial licensing is fine, commercial use is okay, but then they don't like print on demand. So always be very clear. And if you're not sure, email them. Email them, say, I'd like to use this in a print on demand book. Is that okay? And then at least you get it in writing. Okay, so this is the fun bit. This is where we get to be creative. We get to put our ideas here and put whatever we want in our book. Now, as I say, my book's a little bit higgledy-piggledy. You may want to mix up your styles. You may want to just have the same design all the way through your book. It's absolutely up to you, and it depends on the niche, it depends on the theme of your book, and what the purpose of your book is, and also the audience. So what I did, which I found quite helpful, is I made a little folder of a lot of images that I'd gathered together for Christmas. And as I say, many of these images are from Design Bundles, so they're different images from there. And I love this because I can just pull them in and sort of play around with them. There's space monkeys, that's awesome. I like the monkeys. So, I mean, I could use all these different backgrounds and then just add little things to them, little sort of features to them. Like there's a cool bow. I can put that in like that. Or I can do a sort of sepia effect. This is really pretty. So, I mean, I could sort of alternate these kind of images and maybe just add very simple designs to them. Now, one thing you want to be aware of is your margin. So with your margins on KDP, you need to leave approximately 0.25 to half an inch around the edge. I tend to just sort of eyeball it, but you will probably get a notice from KDP if you upload it and your images or your designs are going into the margin. So you just want to make sure you avoid this little area around the outside. Another thing you can do with your pages is you can do something like this. So if we bring in this background here, I'll show you how I made this. And this would work really, really well for a photo album. I could also see maybe if you had some kind of collectible, like someone was collecting band tickets or maybe like trading cards or pictures or maybe Pokemon or something like that, and they want to put a character in each of these squares. That might be a great way of doing it. And the way I did this was I searched on Canva for square. And I believe I used this little curved square. And it's really nice because you can sort of turn it around like this and make it like a frame. You can change the colour, so you can give it sort of Christmassy... Oh, that's not good. You can give it Christmassy colours, American sort of red, white and blue colours. And you can paste this. Just really arrange things however you think would look nice in your book or however people are going to use them. So you have a lot of creativity with this. Another option, especially with Canva, and I'm just going to delete all this, blank it out, is that you could just do photographs. So think about when you were a kid and you did photo albums. Maybe you had scenery, like scenes of beaches or parks or spaceships, and you could put your stickers onto those scenes. So for example, I could look up something like space, and wow, this is a pretty epic picture here. I think I'm going to rotate that. Let's see if it will fit. Like, you could literally do a whole book just full of photographs. Of course, you want to make sure, again, see how cool would that be? If you were a kid and you had like planet stickers or alien stickers, you could stick them all over this and just do like a space theme book. You could even get really creative with this and go to NASA for some public domain space pictures and do like a NASA space themed sticker album. Be careful with the trademark. I believe NASA and its logo are all trademarks, but their images, most of their images are public domain, so lots of options there. With Canva, you do have to be a bit careful. And the reason I say that is if you're using their images, it's not always clear just by looking what the licensing on each of these images is. So Canva gives you all these great pictures. You see all these amazing pictures, but some of them say free, some of them say $1. What's going on? Which images can you use in your book? Well, the answer, if you're using Canva for work, which I am, that's the paid version of Canva, you can look at any of these free images. The $1 ones, they're not going to work. You're paying the $1 for single use, which doesn't include public domain. But the free ones, many of the free ones you can use. And the way you know is if you click this little information button, it says here, free, use it in all your designs. So this page is absolutely fine. We can put that in our book, publish it, and it's good to go. Now, if we have a look at some of these other pictures, that one's good. Okay, free, use it in all your designs. Cool. Let's scroll down a bit. What about this one? Oh, that one's good to go too. So we can put these stars on there. Wow. Let's have a look here. That one's free. This one. Okay. So this one, the angry cartoon space girl pointing, it says free, but if you click on it, it says one-time use. So unfortunately, even if you're getting it free, it's only licensed for one-time use, which does not include print on demand. So if it says one-time use, don't use it. If it says free, use it in all your designs, you are good to go. So that's pretty awesome. We can use any images in Canva that say free, use it in all your designs. Those are good for your book. So you can see with this, there's all kinds of different ways to put together a page in your sticker album. It just really depends on the kind of kids you're targeting, and think about all the different ideas kids could do, like a robot book, they could do aliens, they can do princesses, unicorns, owls, whatever popular thing is going on. You can also do purposeful books. You can do planners. You can do books that have a function for people. Maybe they're marking the days until they go on holiday. Maybe they're marking their progress through rehab. Maybe they're marking how many dreams they have or what kind of dreams they have. Like, really think outside the box with this. And the awesome thing is, you can bundle these books with stickers. You can put them on Etsy. You can sell them in boutiques. You can sell them in your antiques fair booth. You can take them to trade shows. All kinds. Oh, you can even bundle them and sell them on Amazon Marketplace. So there's a lot of directions you can go with this. And planners with stickers are huge, 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 huge right now. So I think I said it at the beginning. I can't remember if I did, but I'll say it again. There's different ways to get stickers. You can make custom stickers at stickermule.com. That's stickermule, M-U-L-E. You can also make your own stickers. If you have a machine like this one, this is a Cricut maker, and you can actually put sticker paper in there and it will die cut out your stickers for you. So lots of ways of actually making the stickers if you want to sell those. Of course, you can just list the book and sell it standalone. A lot of sticker books seem to be selling very well on Amazon at the moment. And as I say, don't forget about things like stamp albums, photo albums, scrapbooks, ticket collections, trading card collections, whatever people can think of, stick in a book. Okay, so we'd go on like this. We'll keep adding pages to our book. once we've got our design worked out and our idea worked out, we'll keep adding those. And then when we're done, we're going to hit download and we're going to download the interior. Remember, this is the interior of the book. We're going to download this as a PDF print. So I'm going to hit that and that will generate a PDF for us. And when this is finished, it will be ready to upload to KDP. Of course, I'd need to add the extra pages, but you get the idea. That's what we will upload ultimately to KDP. Okay, so here we go. We are at the homeward stretch and we're going to design the cover for our book. So for this book, I just did a front cover and I actually left the back cover blank. It's probably the simplest way to make your cover image, but of course with KDP you can do the full wraparound cover or the PDF print ready cover, which you design to include the back cover as well. For this tutorial, we're just going to go with the front cover. So what I like to do is go back into Tangent Templates here and take another look at our KDP helper. And as you can see, we've got the cover and the interior. So we've dealt with the interior. That is all done. Now we're just left to do the cover. So with the KDP helper, it does all the maths for you to give you the correct dimensions you need in pixels. And by entering the cover dimensions in pixels, it means that your image will be 300 dpi resolution, it will look awesome, and hopefully it won't get any rejections from KDP. Now, if you don't have access to Tangent Templates, it's going to be a little bit trickier, but generally we recommend multiplying the inches of the width and the height, including the bleed, by 300. And that will give you approximately the right size that you need for these covers. But if you've got Tangent Templates, use this because this will give you an absolutely accurate dimensions for your cover. So we're going to go back into Canva and select Use Custom Dimensions. And this time we want to make sure we're working in pixels. For the interior PDF, we used inches. For this, we're using pixels. So we're going to take these numbers, the 2625, and we're going to paste this, there we go, into Canva. And then we're going to take the 3375 height, and we're going to put that into Canva too. And we hit design, and there we are. This will be all ready to design. Awesome. So I'm going to go over to my images. So I have this folder with all my Christmas design. Keep it quite simple for the cover. So I think I'm just going to pick this one, the spots. And we're going to put the spots here. Now, if you like big spots, you can just drag it out. These images from design bundles are big, so they scale pretty well. You can also copy and paste it. So if you want to sort of line it up and have them look like that, there we go. You can't really see the seam there. So that looks pretty cool. And what I'm going to do is put some text on the cover, which will be the title of our book. So remember, as I've mentioned with KDP, this book title has to be design. So you have to include the title exactly as you've entered it in your KDP dashboard. That has to be on the cover of your book. Now, with larger books, it can also be on the spine, but you can see with this book, it's too thin. It's under 100 pages. There is no spine. So it has to go on the front of the book, just like I did here with this Christmas stickers. So I'm going to do the same thing here. I'm just going to pull in some text. I'm going to put Christmas stickers. And of course, you can put anything you like in here, like teacher planner, sticker planner, alien sticker book, whatever it is, as long as you're happy with it appearing in both the listing on Amazon and on the front cover of the book. Now, I like to keep it simple in the title so it looks nice on the book, but if you have a longer title, then you can move all the more descriptive stuff into the subtitle. That way it doesn't have to appear on the book. So I'm going to change the font on this a little bit. What's a fun font? I kind of like that Special Elite. It's kind of a fun one. And something I like to do to make the text stand out when you have a pattern like this is I'll often draw a shape. So, for example, we could do a rectangle. And I'm going to make it white so it doesn't look too awful. And I'm going to put it up here. And then I'm going to put, oops, we're going to bring this to the front. Bring that up there, select it, and we're going to make it arrange forward. So it's at the front, and we can pull up the text. So we just kind of created a background there. Whoops, let me click it again. We just created a background here with the white square, and then we can put our text over the top. So it looks pretty nice. Another thing I sometimes like to do is make this sort of semi-transparent so it fades out so you can still read the text. And that's sometimes quite a nice effect as well if you don't want the full white background. It really depends on your artistic vision, the purpose of your book, how you want your book to look, how you make this look. It's totally up to you. So I'm going to add a couple of extra things to this. Let's see, I need my Christmas images, which are there. Maybe we'll pull in one of these foxes. We could put that there. She's cute. And another thing I like to do is sometimes put preview images. So if these were pictures from our book, we can maybe sort of put those in as a preview. So people browsing the thumbnails on Amazon will see these thumbnails. And that's kind of what I did here. You can see I put these preview pages on there on the cover of my book. So that's looking nice. Let's see, we'll put another preview there. I know it's the same. Cool, so that's the cover of our book. So I'm going to hit download, and we want to download this as a JPEG. So there it goes. We have created two files. We created the PDF interior, and now we've created the JPEG cover. So these are all ready to take over to our KDP dashboard, and you're going to upload those on the paperback content page. Now, don't worry, I'm not going to go into loads of detail about doing this right now because we've gone over lots in this video, and because I already have a KDP walkthrough video that goes through the whole process in detail of creating a listing, typing the information, choosing keywords, and uploading your files to KDP. So I really recommend, if you're new to this, that you go over and watch my KDP walkthrough video now, because that will really help you out and make sure that you can get your book up and live on KDP. So I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you've got some great ideas. Remember, there are so many things you can do with these books. You can create sticker albums, planners, you can come up with photo albums, scrapbooks. Think outside the box. Stamp albums, I love that one, keeping your stamp collection in them. Think outside the box. Think about what people might like to stick in these books. Don't be too intimidated that it's not like photo albums you see in the stores or sticker albums you see in stores. These books are different. They are paperback books, but that comes with some great benefits. They're lightweight. They feel awesome. They're really beautiful. They're very well printed. Just come up with unique niches. You have this opportunity to target any niche you can think of and create books that have never been made before. So I think this is a very powerful platform. I love KDP. We have a lot of people in our groups who are very successful with it, selling tens, hundreds. I think some are selling thousands of books a month. So it can be done. It's pretty exciting. I hope you'll jump on it and make some awesome books like these. If you like, do come and share what you're working on in our Facebook group. We'd love to hear from you. We're at facebook.com/groups/Amazon CreateSpace. So I know that our URL hasn't changed, but we're all about KDP in the group. We're all talking KDP in the group. Also, don't forget to check out Tangent Templates. If you haven't already, Tangent Templates is the premier tool for creating your own books on Amazon. It is pretty awesome. Check it out. You can have all these different designs, all these different interiors, all ready for you to mix and match and upload to Amazon. We also have these new planners and prompt books that you can add your dynamic information to. So really powerful tool. And lastly, if you enjoyed this video, please remember to subscribe. That way you get a notification whenever I make a new video. I don't bring them out all the time, but when I do, they are strong tutorials, they're edited, and hopefully full of good quality information that will help your book publishing business. Alright guys, have a great day. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a lot of fun with this.